To arrive at a workable, acceptable prescription to a deep-seated problem, a negotiator's mindset must be freed from restraints that normally in the past had fenced in negotiations to restrictive parameters that limit the possibilities, the options of a genuine solution to a problem. We opened ourselves to the available options and possibilities of truly solving a problem that has deep historical roots, recognizing that our Moro brothers have a unique identity and culture. These possibilities we explored and found expression in the provisions of the MOA. Even if it is merely a preliminary agreement, the codification of consensus points, many aspects of which has still to be negotiated towards a final peace agreement. It is now a much demonized document that has been called by many names: a sellout, a dismemberment of the Republic, a virtual grant of independence to the Bangsamoro. It is attacked as being unconstitutional. The panel shouts its oppositors are guilty of treason. I take comfort in the PHDR recommendations and the intriguing truths it has discovered in its research. It had highlighted what to me are the fundamental moral underpinnings of why the Bangsamoro problem has to be taken by the horns, be solved, and restitutions made to the historical injustices, past policy errors, and current prejudices our Moro brothers were inflicted with. The MOA stands on defensible legal grounds. Our team of legal experts can stand up to the legal challenges. The moral dimension, however, had been pushed to the margins and not given the merit it deserves. Many are hardly aware of this important dimension, and yet this is the dimension that gives any decent person the moral imperative to act. If justice is to be dispensed, if fear, want, indignity, and humiliation can be addressed and corrected. This is why I see good sense in building, as recommended by the PHDR, a peace constituency. The MOA controversy had for a while brought the prevailing insecurity of the South back into the headlines and into public conversations and debate. If the 2005 PHDR recommendations on building a peace constituency had taken root, or if a parallel track had been in place through a much earlier conscious government effort in this direction, perhaps the MOA could not have been bedeviled for what it is not. Perhaps many unfounded suspicions and fears stoked by its supporters could not have resulted to shrill, hysteric outcries. A public with a fair understanding of the roots of the Moro problem, aware of the injustice and indignity suffered by a people, aggravated by poverty, deprivation, and ignorance engendered by an inadequacy of opportunities, or worse, of opportunities denied, will not be taken in by politically motivated posturings and machinated exaggerations. But even as we wait through an uncertain period, the opening of discourse brought about by a smoldering issue that is now merely simmering, about to get lost in public consciousness as fresh and new controversies take over the public's attention. We seem to go from one controversial issue to another as part of perhaps media entertainment fair. This attention must be followed up on and built upon. Perhaps we should build upon the ashes of the MOA and keep the public discourse going in the areas directly affected and to the nationwide constituency. Through engagements with the civil society organizations, national communities, schools, vital influential sectors, business, religious, the academe, sectors with the state, which will reap the dividends of peace, that momentum could be maintained. The interest that the MOA triggered presents a real opportunity, a useful lever to generate awareness and build a constituency for peace. This constituency will be a powerful force, knowledgeable, and can lend the needed sober and balancing influence for the fearful, for the emotional, yet hardly informed segments of society. The harsh reality we have to accept is that this is a minority-majority issue, of a minority aspiration trapped by the obvious supremacy of the majority. Call it tyranny of the majority. Does not the Constitution intend to give justice to a people wronged? Does it not have the means to restitute grievances in the interest of a higher goal, that of national unity? If that is not so, how then can a minority's aspiration be realized? Must such aspiration be muzzled, chained forever at the fringes of our collective consciousness?
Please wrap up, General Garcia, where we can continue that conversation a bit later.
Do we tempt the harsher options we allow to happen by denying such aspirations? This is one reason I support dovetailing the peace process to a charter change. It is because the Constitution gives hope. Thank you.
Wow. Those are pretty strong statements, and I'm sure the discussion is going to be just as heated a little later.